Welcome to Eat Your Peas, the podcast about doing what's good for yourself, even when you don't feel like it. I'm Lily Rachels, and I'm serving up bite-sized growth principles to help you build an intentional life. Welcome back to Eat Your Peas. Today I want to talk about the importance of having uncomfortable conversations with your partner or honestly anyone in your life that you value that relationship with that person. I recently read a Tim Ferriss quote that says, "A person's success in life can usually be measured by the number of uncomfortable conversations he or she is willing to have." Sometimes we avoid these hard, difficult, uncomfortable conversations because we're afraid of the outcome. But if you're in a relationship with someone else and you're worried about a single conversation completely throwing your relationship into a tailspin, I would argue that your relationship is not built on anything solid to begin with, and you really have nothing to lose. That may have sounded harsh, but go with me on this. If a single conversation is going to ruin a relationship, then the foundation of that relationship is not built on anything solid. Or if you did something that your partner deserves to know about that could ruin your relationship, it's time to take personal responsibility and come clean about that thing. So how do we go about having those uncomfortable conversations? In order to successfully have an uncomfortable conversation, I think there are 3 things that you need to do. Identify the issue, set an intention, and check your emotions. So identifying the issue. Why are you having this conversation? What is going on? What is the problem? Figure out what that is. This is a great time to write down your points, to figure it out, to get everything laid out so that way when you go to your partner or your friend or family member, whoever it is, you're not just running your mouth, right? You're not piling on a ton of things. You're being very concise and you have a lot of clarity and brevity and you're able to tell them exactly what's going on. Number 2, setting an intention. This is important because you need to know why you're having this conversation and what you want the outcome to be. Are you looking to hurt your partner? Are you looking to win? Or are you looking for more clarity and closeness within your relationship? Is the goal at the end of this conversation for you two to be better off than you were before the conversation? Or is this a point where you're ready to end something with this person? Whatever that intention is, you need to get very clear on it and decide if this conversation is going to get you closer to your intention. Number 3, check your emotions. Our feelings are valid, they're important, but guys, they're fickle. Just think about a time you've been frustrated at someone for not texting you back, and the story you start to tell yourself and the spiral you start to go down and how angry you start to get, and then as soon as you get that notification that they texted you, everything is fine. That's just a quick example of how our feelings can change at a moment's notice. So when you go into having an uncomfortable conversation and you've set your intention, it's very important to evaluate your own emotions towards this and then let logic lead. Again, it's okay and it's great to express how you're feeling and what you're experiencing, but don't let it overpower the logic and the actual reason you need to have the conversation, the problem, the issue. So why even do this? Because just like the quote said, that's how successful your relationships are going to be if you're willing to get uncomfortable when you need to. So often in relationships, problems arise because we build up things in our head. Sometimes our fear of a problem is worse than the actual problem. And we put all this emotion and difficulty behind something that might actually be simple because we're afraid of getting uncomfortable. So if you're willing to dive into the uncomfortable, to talk to your partner or whoever it is about these things that are bothering you, you're going to form more closeness and more connection with that person. So go get uncomfortable this week. Don't forget to eat your peas. See you next Tuesday.